my New Game Plus Hard Mode edition of Child of Light, and also test out the PS4 Sharefactory settings here. So I go ahead and will let everybody know who has not played this maybe once or even have not gotten this far in the second time. The enemies on here are a little bit faster, or at least I think they're a little bit faster. I don't know if that's attributed to the New Game Plus or if that's just hard setting in general. Also, they're a little bit smarter AI, a little bit harder to kill, and they do um, much more damage. I mean, as you can tell through some of these hits, I'm getting hit about, um, let's see what one on here. I think it's about 200 or so, 126 on that one. It's really going to take a little bit more strategy. You just can't click and point and click on these ones. Like I said, I'm only doing this one as well. But as far as the other ones, I had to use healing abilities. I had to use potions, and I normally don't use any potions. As you can see here, I'm switching out to Rebella. Um, you do have to defend a lot more. I mean, if you played on normal, you can just go ahead and just take hits, and you'll be perfectly fine. But um, again, you're gonna have to be switching out your characters. I used Rebella in this. I think I've actually used everybody on this boss fight, um, except maybe for Robert. Uh, it he really doesn't do too much. I mean, you might also just use people as well as just bait, because sometimes you just need a breather to get your people up and going. Like, you always got to use a Nicholas. Um, you gotta. I don't even use Igniculus too much for even stunning the people. I just use Igniculus mainly to just heal, because there's sometimes where because you still have to be on the offensive, because on these battles like this one here in particular and other ones, you got enemies that will revive, heal themselves, slow you down, speed themselves up, and if you're not on the offensive at the same time as healing yourself, you'll lose really, really fast. um, so I tried to do for this one, I tried to go ahead and take out these two smaller creatures and focus on the main boss battle here. As you can see, I'm having to use Tristis, which I normally don't use too often. I have to use Tristis for the the unbreakable. I use Tristis for the haste ability sometimes as well. Uh, Aurora here, like I said, is the main character. She's really good, especially if you leveled up her slash ability. The slash does actually do some pretty good damage to the minions on the side, and it does okay damage to the actual boss itself. As you can see, I'm doing 835 damage points to the small gargoyles or bats. I don't know what you really call those things. And see, Rubella, who has 640 health, which I think is the highest. Um, I'm not sure who has the highest. Someone has 700 hit points on my game. I think that might be uh, like Ognicus, or the Golem, Ogenicus, I think is the guy named, the big green guy, the guard. Um, but I mean, I'm constantly having to heal Aurora and Rubella. Um, like I said, I'm doing tumbles sometimes just to even hit. Uh, Trying to find out what I'm doing here. See, I'm switching to Tristis right now. I think I'm going to use the haste ability on my character so I can speed it up. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I took one of those guys down, so I'm trying to take out the second one so I can just focus on the boss, which would get me a breather, because if I can focus on just the boss, I can go ahead and put a Nicholas on the boss and slow everything down, and definitely closing for the kill. This is my first video with this Sharefactory. I mean, kind of looked at it a little bit, and it's really nice what they're doing with the Sharefactory as well. I mean, you can add the commentary, you can add commentary to the video. You can definitely add like little images on there. You got some good transitions on here, which you see in transition in the very beginning. And I do have an outro and an exit transition, which you'll see later if you do watch the whole video or scrub through it. Like I said, the only two reasons I'm making this too is just kind of show off the new Game Plus hard. Like I said, I don't even know how much it increases the difficulty by. I know New Game Plus It increases difficulty of the enemies. You still keep all your upgrades and everything else. Hence, I'm level 74 and 75 with these two people. But and then you got hard mode. So I really don't know. Kai just went from normal, and I jumped in new game plus hard. So I really don't know if you were to put a percentage on it. I don't know if it's like double the percentage of difficulty, or if it's like a 65% jump in difficulty, or anything like that. Like I said, I'm using Finn now. Finn is probably one of the best characters in the game. Just because he's got the elementals, so you can definitely hit each character. And if you do need a character that is non-elemental to really get those, that's what you use Aurora for. I mean, I usually run Aurora and Finn for the most part, but when I'm doing this one here, I'm usually doing Aurora and Rebella because New Game Plus hard. Like I said, you're really needing to heal yourself all the time. Even if you don't use Rebella's tumble, I'm usually using Rebella for revive and healing capabilities. As you can see here, I also took out the second bat gargoyle type thing, mainly focusing on the dragon now. Like I was using Golem to 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 paralyze, so I can kind of get in there. How to use Rebella to heal Finn, because Finn takes quite a bit of damage because his defenses aren't that good. Well, his magic defense is good. His other defense isn't. And see, that's where I made my mistake right there. The dragon healed one of the other ones. So now, as you can see, I think it got like 2950 healing points on there. So all that time I spent doing that, doing like those 835, they need to go back and redo that again on that one. So that was about 7 minutes wasted, or not about 7 minutes wasted on that, probably about 3 minutes or so wasted on that one. Like I said, I'm not sure if I use a revive yet. I don't know if anyone's actually died so far. Not that I can tell. But like I said, I'm going to haste up again right now. Like I said, as you can very well see, I'm not using Aniculus, the fairy, or not the fairy, the firefly. He gets kind of mad when you call him the fairy. But yeah, I don't really use him or her, I guess, for slowing down the enemies. There's a 1098 hit on the boss there. And you can see it's still kicking. Like I said, I'll go ahead and run through the characters real quick too. Like I said, I know there's not too many reviews out on how the characters go, but I know for one, Rubella, I mean, it's good for New Game Plus Hard for sure. I mean, I guess it's good for normal too when you need a heal. Tristus, I really didn't think it was okay that much. I mean, his tumble was lower than his sister's Rebella. They're both jesters, but um, his tumble's a little bit lower. I mean, I guess the unbreaking and the haste is really good. Uh, that's a really good thing if you don't want to use your potions too. Sometimes the potions are better because his casting is long and very long, I think, for his unbreakable and haste abilities. Golem, I really never use Golem too much. I just use Golem as like a catch-all. I use him for paralyze right there, but I really don't use him that often. Really just use him to catch damage to give me a break. Jin, I really never use Jin too much. I really don't think the slowdown, the knockback, I really don't find that too useful, especially her being later in the game. You'd think it would give something better for the in-game characters. Um, the Ogenicus, the guard that you meet, he's okay as well. Uh, he's got okay damage. I don't think I used him in this battle. Robert, he's okay. I mean, he's got the all archer ability, very low health, so he will be down and out pretty soon. Pretty much as soon as you put him in battle, especially in New Game Plus, you really can't use him too much. He's very squishy, as people like to say about our characters with low health in RPGs. But Aurora's pretty good. Like I said, I already listed Fan as probably one of the best because of his elementals. Um, who else do you have? You got think that's it. I got the Genicus, Golem, Finn, Tristis, Rubella. Like I said, it's really good that the Tristis and Rubella, they're really, really fast on their speed. So when you put them into play, I mean, they can easily speed up people. So I mean, it really is a saving grace when you got to heal your teammates. There we go. Aurora just died right now. I couldn't really do much on that part right there. So I'm switching out to Rubella right now. I had a break in right there. As you can see, I got like a little gap, and you'll see how fast Rubella is, especially with healing abilities. It heals ASAP. And then there it is. The second one is revived now all the time, especially throughout, I'm about 10 minutes or 11 minutes into this commentary. So that's basically 11 minutes wasted on this thing here. Um, like I said, you won't actually get to see the end of this battle because the PlayStation is 15-minute time thing. I tried to start a new video and add that on there, but with the new share system, you actually have to click square to save it, and I did not know that. I thought it would automatically save like it did before, but since they added the new features in the Sharefactory, I did not know that, so it did not catch the ending of it. But at the very end of this video, it only lasted for like an extra 30 seconds or so before I actually beat the boss. I mean, this right here is just kind of show you how much you have to do for the new game plus mode, hard, for instance. I mean, this battle went pretty smoothly. I mean, I had other battles in the past uh, that were pretty hard because there's some enemies that don't seem like they have any. I mean, they have weaknesses per se, but they seem to be very resistant, or maybe they have a very high physical damage count. Where this boss right here is really sustainable to lightning, um, which I'll be focusing on here. As you can see, I don't have Aurora back in. I did not heal Aurora. I maybe I do heal Aurora later on, but I'm just using Finn right now to take out, just keep dealing damage to the center boss here. So I'm just gonna let this play out, and hope you guys like the commentary. And if you guys do, again, I'm not really expecting too many views. I'm just doing this for the, or I don't, probably I don't, even, but I hope you guys enjoy the video at least, and yeah, that's it.